continuity.
Now,
like, hey, you got to switch this shit over.
Now, here's the thing I want to ask you about what you said though. What you said about living off experience means you have to build and grow your bars. So as a person who rhymes bar structured, what's more important to you, the delivery or the punch and the punch and the vibe?
Damn, that's a hard question. It's actually kind of both, but I think it's more the delivery, because if you have the delivery, the punch is you should be able to get the punch. If you have a savvy audience. So I try to be like the hip hop Dave Chappelle, where it's just like, I'm gonna give you some good hot shit, but it's also smart shit too that's gonna make you say, oh, that shit was hot.
Hip hop is boxing though.
Very much so.
And tonight we have Roy Jones versus Mike Tyson.
Yes.
Who do you think gonna win, by the way? I don't think nobody gonna win because it's 2 minute rounds and Roy Jones put a rule in here that he can't get knocked out. So you know what I'm saying? I think that's crazy.
I'm going with the shit.
I'm going with Mike. But that's my point. Cause you have rappers and MCs, and then you have artists. I don't think hip hop's full of artists. I think it's full of participants. That's how you know who a rapper and an MC is. A rapper will rap like a jab. He's just throwing it. Well, the MC is a boxer. He's a pugilist, which means he knows how to clutch, sit down on a punch, set you up, and then go for the knock. When you do your rhymes, how do you set the listener up so you can grab them by the neck and keep their attention while you're jabbing them with bars?
Well, I'm more like a brawler. So when you first hit them first few bars, it's pretty much like how Tyson come out with that first round. He's coming straight up to you. So I'm gonna hit you with the first few good ones. Boom, that's gonna back you up and then start jabbing you and jabbing you. So we work you out with a few bars here and there, some punchlines, and then we try to spice it up with a few references. After that, we just flow it out on the track and just try to crush them. But my main thing is mostly the delivery. When the delivery comes and you rock with the delivery, you rock with the beat, you ride the beat, you hear the hi-hat, you hear that snare, you know how to set up that rhyme scheme. A lot of cats don't know how to set up different rhyme schemes. So with the rhyme schemes that I set up, that's gonna hit you up pretty good, set you up for a nice run, and then at the end, that's when I close you out with a good 2 bars.
I have a different example of that from you in different songs, like Rock a Radio.
Okay.
That's a setup song. That's a song where you're giving the punch, but you're setting the punch so that the delivery keeps them waiting. So you always got you know how they get the head nod?
Yeah.
They're actually nodding not to get hit instead of nodding to the beat.
Those are the jabs. How you doing, brother? Yeah, those are the jabs.
Tell me about how that song differs from You Gotta Love It.
You Gotta Love It. Well, that song is different from You Gotta Love It because You Gotta Love It was more of a finessable style. I went back and listened to like a lot of cats that used to do like a lot of finesse rhymes like Nas, and then I seen stuff from like Slick Rick and cats that was doing like smooth rhymes but bars at the same time. So I was like, let me get him something like that and then try to finesse it a little bit, but still hit it with bars.
Okay, now let's do a song where you actually put them together. And that song was Get the Money.
Okay, I Get the Money.
Okay, so then how did you put both styles together to craft that track?
That one we was trying to work on, we was working on the money. Like that one we was like, all right, we're gonna shoot for the money on this one. So that one we did a little different where the punches were more strategic. The vernacular, try to get vernacular a little bit more better. And as far as cadence, the cadence was way different from different tracks. As far as when you hear that snare and the way how I hit the snare on that track.
I can tell when you're serious on the track, and I can tell when you're playing on the track though. Because when you play on the track, your beats get beat up by you. But when you actually rhyme on a track and you have fun, you're elevating your sound because your delivery is more strategic.
I'm glad you noticed that. I like to have a lot of fun in the studio because I like to let loose. That's actually a good stress reliever for me. That's the reason why some of them come out like that. I try to project more hunger on different tracks, but if the track would actually tell me what to do. So if the track is, even if it's a hard track, if there's certain nuances in that track, it'll let me have more fun with that track. If the track is more like mechanical and more like just like really hard and straightforward, I'm gonna hit you with straight strategic. But you can tell the difference, like you said, when I'm having fun on the tracks. I just like to listen to the certain nuances and horns and sounds and stuff like that. It makes me open up a little bit more.
That means you haven't been challenged yet.
Not really.
There's 3 producers I would love to hear you work with because I think you would be challenged. I would love to hear you on DR Period. I would love to hear you on Daz Dillinger. And I would love to hit you on Hitman.
I would love to do something with Daz and Hitman joints.
If I had to throw another one on there, Sir Jinx, 1994 Sir Jinx though.
Okay.
And the reason why is because I think the way they make their beats, especially when they twist the bass line with the snare, I think that will pull a little fun out of you because that new sound will actually either make you more wordy or make you pull your words back to bar the beat instead of barring the track. As an MC, tell people what that means, to bar the beat and not bar the track.
To bar the beat and bar the track is like, if you, depending on how the track sounds, to bar the beat, you hear greatness in your head and you want to put all of that out, but you can't. So you gotta subtract a couple words here and there. You might have to take a syllable off, change one word from a present tense to a past tense or something like, just so you can bar the beat. And I actually had an issue like that. So when I started barring the beat extra heavy, Cash was telling me I was riding the beat too much. So now I'm actually killing this shit now. So now I'm doing something that you don't like, Def Jam. You know what I mean? I'm doing something that you don't like. So
that is deep because you know what? At the end of the day, hip hop is about self-expression. You know who's more hip hop than people realize?
Who?
Donald Trump. Do you agree?
He's straightforward with it. He's real. He tells people how he feel, I guess.
I think he is because he did what he wanted to do. Now, I'm not saying he was a good or bad president. I think he's one of the greatest presidents in history because he put the onus back on us to know how evil the world is. I don't co-sign him. I just look at what he did. But that's what made hip-hop great, is that we were able to call the BS out in the world and make our voices known to fight people who are in power. What is the most powerful rhyme you heard, and what is the most powerful rhyme you created?
Powerful, shit, the most powerful rhyme I heard, man. I mean, shit, I would have to go to fucking, Melly Mel maybe? Shit, The Message.
Okay.
When he was like broken glass everywhere, people pissing in the studs, man, I just don't care. Just that first few bars was just like, damn. Like, it's fucking hard on that song, The Message. I heard that shit, I was like, shit, what the fuck was they going through? The strongest rhyme I ever did, I ain't do it yet.
Why such?
Because, man, I ain't get challenged, and like I said, man.
You ever been challenged enough to make your heart, your most powerful message in a rhyme? Your hardest bars? You just still playing with it, huh?
I mean, there's probably one of the strongest one is probably off of Crown Holder.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
One line off of that is the I am willing and I am able. You like an unemployed waiter, you bring nothing to the table.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I mean, and that speaks volumes. So something like that, yeah. But I still don't believe I did the. Nah, not yet.
So then that's when you go back to your living off of experience. But in your experience as an MC, you always had the opportunity to give a message. What do you think is the most powerful message hip hop can make?
Being a product of your environment doesn't make you a bad person.
Well, T.I. made a song about that. It's called Doing My Job. He says you go to work every day to put food on your table for your family. I sell drugs every day to put food on the table for my family. You have your opportunity, I create mine. So how do you create your opportunities, and how do you become the master of your opportunity as well?
I created my opportunity by looking at a lot of MCs and shows as food and looking at myself as being hungry. So when I see all these shows and I see that Cash is doing these shows, but then I'm not on the bill, or you ain't see any video of me, you ain't hear about me or anybody that's in my circle, but then you see other cats in these shows, that's when I sit back and say, okay, I'm gonna take that and motivate me. I got 6 open mics, 4 showcases, and Cashrac is not on anything. But yet, Cashrac is banging out damn near every borough, down in Miami, out in PA, out in Philly, shout out to Al Mall, doing tour dates, all independent. So when I see this in my area, when I gotta go out and I'm getting airplay in South Africa, I'm getting airplay in Italy, but when I'm out here, it's something a little different, which I'm sure a lot of local artists probably experience themselves. That shit feeds me more. Don't make me mad, but guess what? Now I'm looking at it like, all right, I got a whole smorgasbord. Every day is Thanksgiving for me, because when I see them shows being posted, you just fed me a whole nother turkey, because now I'm about to show you how I'm on the yacht with 105.1 DJ Hot Rod. Now I'm about to show you how we at the bikini boxing out in Queens. Now I'm about to show you how we at 164th out in Queens. I'm about to show you how we was out in Brooklyn, doing shows out here, doing shows there. Like, but yet, I'm the only one with the city on my back. You know what I mean? Not saying the only one, but when I'm out at these shows, yeah, I'm the only one from Jersey there that's holding it down. If I hit cats up for shows, and they know I'll hit people up for shows. If they don't want to roll, then they don't have to roll. But at the end of the day, I still see all those bills with cats doing those shows, and Cashrac not on them. Cashrac not in those videos. But guess what? You still hear Cashrac in the street though. You still know that Cashrac out here doing joints. You know what I mean? Shout out to Big Bro Quads, man. EP on the way to rebuild.
Real hip hop. Real